Here comes the tax man.
And he would tell you anything, you know. He would tell you, oh, 40 acres of land and a mule. Right? So
Tax man don't play.
he doesn't.
Take your house and car and land.
Doesn't.
Take your things and take your money too.
Yo, that's not only my friend. I bet you did get divorced and lose half. You'd have the next half. Hey guys, welcome to Financial Fitness JA. I'm Julio Dawkins.
And I'm Jade Harrison.
And today we're going to talk about entrepreneurship.
6 things I wish I knew before I started a business. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one, my brother.
Yeah, so I know, Julio, you have been doing many businesses throughout your lifetime. So I'm going to give you the first shot.
All right. Yo, this is a topic that is dear to our hearts because we believe in business, we believe in entrepreneurship. And one of the first things that I thought when I started, business was, what was the difference between learning in a new environment versus learning something that's on the fly. So for me, entrepreneurship was more about learning things on the fly while instead of you're in a class and trying to learn. That's the difference. And I didn't more so understand that you have to learn on the fly and there's nothing wrong with making a step on this and learning from that.
So that's one.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought it was a sign of incompetence or a sign of I never knew what I was doing. I thought it was and sometimes that may hit person's confidence and their belief in themselves and what they're doing.
I understand what you're saying because most of the entrepreneurs are the great ones. They are actually persons who are consummate learners. So you have like Tesla, Kanye. What about the people who outstand in society? Right. People know of them.
Mm-hmm.
The Apple guy.
Steve Jobs.
Yeah, Steve Jobs. Bill Gates. Let me tell you a funny thing about Bill Gates. Bill Gates actually has a week off where he goes into a secluded cabin with like 10, 20 books and then cut off himself from society.
Wow.
And then family and friends and then just study. Every year he do that, 1 week out of every year and just focus on learning. Yeah. So even a man like that who is close to in the top 5 richest, I think the top 3, depending on how the day is going on the stocks, take time out to learn. So I think that's a very important point. But yeah.
Yeah, so our first point, guys, listen. Entrepreneurship, you must always know that it's a continuous learning process. It never stops. You're going to learn more because things are innovating, things are changing over time, all the while.
Yeah, but give a Jamaican example. What I mean, not just the idea of it. Give an example that you go through.
All right. So we know that in any industry, things change over time. The way you used to do things differ from before. Let me give you a simple example. How we keep the books. When I saw the first person I saw do business was my grandfather. And when he was doing his books, it was not on a computer screen. It was in ledgers.
Yeah.
And he had a big book for his payroll too, also. And then he would put in the amount that the person was supposed to get. He would put in the taxes that were supposed to come out, and then there's a part for them to sign. That was literally, probably you can say that was about 20, 25 years ago.
Yeah.
But nowadays, it is nothing in our book, right?
QuickBooks.
It's now QuickBooks. So it's now QuickBooks now that does your accounting, that helps you to even print your checks. It's that all of those stuff that's done on a software and a computer.
Well, my example is way simpler because I've been doing business I can remember clearly. I started in 3rd form. What I did was sell. I don't know if people remember this. I don't know if you remember Mango Sweetie. I sell Mango Sweetie. And just the experience, my first sweetie that I bought, my auntie was the person who, whatever I say, gave a bus or purchased my first stock.
Yeah, man.
Just going through the process thinking that, you're going to sell a sweetie. I ended up learning so much more. I ended up going to town, walking up to the wholesales, realizing that there's actually wholesales that strictly focus on sweets, and you're learning that entire business and how it's structured, and then learning how to deal with the customers, because in a school environment at the time, because based on how young I was, I had to learn how to deal with security on a minor level, because from time you'd have minor larceny and sometimes people would come up with grand plans, destructive. I would have the container, it was a container like a tin,
safe.
and one man would come and distract me, and the next man come and box out the container, and then they would just disappear, all the sweets would disappear. So you had to be constantly learning and dealing with the challenges and the adversity. And as I got older and did more businesses, you realize that it's always going to happen in a new form, a new shape. I'll give you more stories, but this is full time.
So I'm going to give you my first business. So I remember I was about 8 and...
Did I try to show off so you start early?
No, that's not it really, but yeah, I did. I was about 8 and I had, where I live, boys play football across the road. And I realized after they play football, they're thirsty. And sometimes they will come across and ask me for water. But they were bigger than me, they were bigger boys than me, so I couldn't play with them at that stage. So I decided that, you know what, I'm going to find a business out of this. And I started to, when the new Shakaberry did come out, I used to mix them, bag them up, freeze them, and carry them over the ball field and sell them to them.
That's one of the things on my list. I know it is this, but just stick with me. Find a problem and solve it.
Yeah, definitely.
That is very important when you're starting a business. So don't just try and be a regular seller.
No.
For me, what I wish I knew before was, granted I was solving problems, but I didn't understand the importance of that in getting started. Picking something that you're genuinely solving a problem. I did solve problems, but now I understand the significance of it.
And you see, I love this conversation because while we're talking about the issues and our experiences, we still answering the question, what are the things that I know? And one of the things, but I'm going to the next one. So number 2 is, as he said, solve a problem which leads us to focus on your customer. And you focus on your customer through
segue.
Big word. Focus on your customer through your products and services and how you bring them forward. Because you have to tailor them for your customer. So therefore the focus is on your customer. If you do that, then money will follow. Jade. So for example, let's find a product. What do you think a product where you focus on your customer and therefore it allows you to create and innovate?
I don't need to formulate. I can give you an actual example.
All right.
Okay, I have a friend who, how he got into the business of lending money was, he didn't actually ask anybody, can I lend you some money? A customer, not knowing at the time that this would be a customer, a prospective customer, came to him and said, I need some money. Do you know someone? And he said to her, what is it that you need? How much money you need? And then when she said what she needed and he realized he could fulfill the need, he just said, yes man, I do that business. So all of a sudden now, she's a customer in a business that he never knew that he had. And know him of it. So focusing on so sometimes the customers present you with the opportunity. So sometimes people asking you for something, fulfill the need that they're asking you for, even if you're not prepared necessarily.
Right, but you took the opportunity.
Yeah,
that's
that's one of my things. Take the opportunities.
Yes, opportunities are there. You just have to take them. And so
that's two. That's two for me.
So, all right, Jade. In terms of a product, can we go down more in terms of service? Because one of the things I want to segue into, not just leave this section, is to understand that the main thing that drives businesses, one of the main things that drives business, any type of business, from the cartman to the big entrepreneur in a wholesaler supermarket, is customer service.
So
How can our viewers understand the importance of customer service and
I
how?
don't want you drifting.
Yeah.
So you're saying you wish you knew the importance of customer service before you started a business?
I understood that I must treat my customer well. What I never totally understood.
Yeah, that one get that.
Right? What I never totally understand was that treating my customer well included offering the service part or the business process part. So for example, let me give an example.
Yeah, correct.
So I manage a pharmacy. So before I thought that the customer would come in, hand in the prescription, sit and wait, and then go to the cashier and pay. Now, what that service, I just assumed that all we needed to do is talk nice and sweet to them. And they would spend 20 minutes in the shop. But the customer doesn't want to spend 20 minutes, Jade.
Okay.
So I need to ensure that the back end is sufficiently quick for that customer to leave. So even that is a part of customer service. And as much as you might think it is not, if that customer is agitated in the pharmacy sitting for 20 minutes, they will not return, no matter how sweet and nice I talk to them.
Well, all right. Your numbers are very complex. I just want to take it back to simple principles.
Yeah.
Just make sure when you're doing a business, understand that you're going to make mistakes and you're going to need to keep going
and keep innovating.
Yeah, I think that's one for me. So it's really persistence. Mine will be persistence, but you can say innovative.
Yeah, definitely.
Fine, but for me, persistence is very important. There are going to come moments when you are doing. You know this, even recently. There are going to come moments when there's a roadblock, and it won't be a simple roadblock. It won't be something that you can just walk away from and come back to and solve.
Right.
You're gonna have an entrepreneur is someone that has that drive and that persistence that just doesn't back down.
Stick to itivity.
Yeah.
Three.
I got three.
Yeah, stick to
You're keeping up?
Stick to itivity. Yes, it's definitely something that you have to have. Yeah. So my friend Jay. People talk this definition, this phrase called the time value of money. I don't think some of our viewers understand time value of money in a really simplistic way. Can you break it down a little for them and make them understand that?
Money now is better than money later. There's no better way to explain time value of money.
So we have said, what, a bird in the hand is better than a bird in the bush?
I don't have to tell you it's a statement to make it. So, definitely worth more than
Definitely, my friend. Yeah. Okay, so we're saying now that as an entrepreneur, what I wish I knew is that I needed to manage my cost early. So, for example, when you're having a business and say you have your purchases, for example, and we call purchases things that we purchase for resale. So, like if you have a shop and you buy the bun to sell in the shop, that is a inventory item that you sell again. So it's a purchase for resale versus, for example, the light in the store, which is a different type of expense, which you can help manage the expense of the light in the store by turning off the lights, by simple things like and having current saving devices.
All the smart plugs and things like that.
Smart plugs, even
LED
light bulbs. Those things can help reduce light bills, etc. So those are the aspects of which I wish I had implemented.
So, but was that something that you really wish you didn't know before you started the business?
I mean, that was one. The other biggest one now is inventory. Inventory, Jade, is the bloodline of a business. It's like the blood in our veins. That's what I call inventory in any business. But
Julio, you see your thing high level for me, you know.
All right.
Because even when you talk about costs, I am thinking of a man who just start up a business and he just learn as him go. And what you're saying in terms of the cost management and things like that, I was just thinking of just learning to keep proper records. Is one way of managing your cost.
Okay.
First, to manage your cost,
You have to know
I had
what
to
it is,
learn
right?
how to keep track of my cost. My first 2 business, I never know what I do with the money when I finish. I sell it on.
We
But
sell
I
it.
don't know what I do. So
I know some could have purchased back the stock.
yeah. So basically, yes, I'll just make sure I have enough money to go again.
And that is how
So
people
it
do
took
business.
some growing and learning for
Alright.
me on a very small scale
Mhm.
to just track what I spent,
Mhm.
track what I made, and write it down. Write
So-
it down and make it real.
So you're saying to us that the fourth one is keeping our records.
For me, that was something I wish I knew was important before
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started. Definitely for me.
And that is a very, very, I want to reiterate that is a
Very good at it now, you know.
very
But
good point.
before, didn't see the importance of it.
Yeah.
Which is why accountancy is such a big profession.
Yeah. As I take it for granted that people do, but record keeping is something that there's an issue all over. Because people can't find any information to file taxes. to do
Even in
GCT.
Jamaica here, people, them come and them a give them
Especially in
books.
Jamaica,
Them
brother.
literally just give chunks of paper.
They
that
don't
man.
know nothing.
So
So to me, flying blind, if you don't keep your records, you will be flying blind.
then the taxman, here comes the taxman.
And he will tell you anything, you know. He will tell you, oh, 40 acres of land and a mule.
Mhm.
Right? So
Taxman don't play. No?
he doesn't.
Take your house and car and land.
Doesn't.
Take your things and take your money too.
Yo, that's not only my friend. I bet you did get divorced and lose half. You'd have the next half. Oh, God. All right. So I'm going to bring in having people working for, people. There's a thing called leading versus managing. Jade, what is a leader versus a manager?
A manager keeps tracks, monitor, manage. Ensure things are going the way they should be going,
Yeah.
and we're keeping in line with the goals and the
Correct.
parameters and following the rules and doing the documentation.
Mhm.
But a leader is somebody who inspires, and you're not gonna meet up on a lot of leaders, and you yourself might be a great leader and not a great manager.
Correct.
So
Correct.
so it's not like one is better than the other. You know?
No.
Both are essential, but
Mhm.
but most businesses, I think, at the start
Mhm.
require a good leader.
And I want to tell you, say it's so ironic that you say that. If I knew, if what I would tell the younger me early was when to manage and when to lead.
You have to explain that, because
So, for example, when to manage.
yes,
So I'm gonna bring it back to our sweetie business and my bag juice business. So we need to manage our casa. We need to record it. We need to ensure that we know how much money we spend on the things them,
I see what you're
how we
doing.
can deal with it. Right? So we need to understand now when to lead. So if you have a workforce, if you have labor, you must know how to ensure that you get the best out of that labor force, that worker. You must motivate them properly and efficiently through monetary and also intrinsic value. Because people must also know that yes, they might get a pay, but they must have pride in what they do. And a leader inspire people to have pride in what they do, even if right, it's not necessarily what they want to do now, but they understand that it will make them a better person. And leadership involves that, and you must know when to be a leader to that individual and when to manage that individual and their task.
Well, as I said before, your issues are high level issues. My concern during my first business in terms of dealing with people and leading was, I wish I knew before I started that business, coming back to the topic, is that I'll have to choose people to work with. It was so difficult to decide who you trust to do the job, as well as you coming from the sole proprietorship stage, going into something that you have people that you're now gonna
Have to depend
manage
on.
and depend on them and delegate and but just to hire the right person. You might not be a friend, that might not be the right person, friend might be the worst person. I might have from personal
Personal experience, and
So-
family too.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's what I wish I knew. The difficulty in acquiring talent is that being your own HR department is a significantly difficult thing.
And you
as far as,
know the funniest thing?
Yeah.
I don't want to boast or brag, but
you do sound like you're both side Continue.
I was lucky to be able to get talented people. I was able to spot talent because talent is not only about
skill.
talent is not about people capability, but it's all about them pride in them job, the pride in themselves, how them communicate with others.
Oh, you just
It's a different talent. Yeah, because you see it. You see it in the demeanor.
What? It says if I sit up
And you
right,
see it
I
in the
sit up properly and,
even if you slant, no,
I am proud.
no, even no, Jade, you will never 100% know the person who you're going to hire.
No,
There's no doubt about that.
No, when I feel like me, I ridicule a serious thing. I stand in front of somebody and I say, but the brain look serious. You understand? And the next person I say, yeah, so bright, but then sometimes them too bright for the simple work where you give them. So they might not be a bad person, but them bad for the job.
And that is what it is. So
that's what
the talent,
learn before. We have to go through all the stress to learn that.
All right, you're right.
Yeah.
How do you pick the right person for the job? Yeah, and picking talent is somewhere it's not easy, but it comes over time. It comes over time, man. You know, the best way to deal with that is comes over time because sometimes people choose loyalty over competence. Sometimes people choose competence
These are really good
over the ability to work in team. Because you have some people who work well on their own and can't work well in teams.
That is so true. I know a number of people like that.
So it is all different. That is just the road of an entrepreneur. Yeah. And you have to travel it and you just have to do it. And that is 5, and that leads us to the last thing, Jade.
Go ahead.
And you know, I say this all the time to business people. What can go wrong will go wrong. I'm so sorry, my friends. Every day there are new challenges. And in order to stay above that, you must understand that you come to work and challenges. You come to work to solve problems. You come to work to deal with issues. It is your job. And it is going to be difficult if you want to do well. So, be prepared as best as can be for different scenarios at different times. Jade. You're not going to be a perfect science. But if you're able to be prepared a little bit for certain scenarios, then you are able to stick with it.
And that I know I lose track of my 6 long time. So I just give a point that I think is important.
Yeah.
Something you need to know before you start a business, or I wish I didn't know. Some people are built for this, and some people just not built for this. Some people are gonna be okay working for somebody, getting a salary, and just living their life with that cushion and that safety. And some people cannot breathe without doing their own thing. Ensure you are that person. I'm very much like that. I require a certain level of independence. It's a personal requirement. I don't sleep well if I'm not doing something for myself. And I don't think if you're not that type of person, then entrepreneurship is going to be extremely difficult for you. Because it has to be a labor of love. Because initially, very little reward in most cases, or relatively speaking, a little reward. Because eventually, if you pass the 4-year threshold where most businesses fail within 4 years, 4 years in a people, that's long enough. For people who you say you're trying to do a business to make a money, and Jamaica people patience short. So if you in order to make it past that 4 years, growing, building into something that makes sense and is scalable, you're gonna need to have that entrepreneur mindset and that philosophy almost built in. You understand? Which go back to the relentlessness.
You have to be relentless.
Ensure you are the person who wants to do this.
You have
it's
to
not for
want
everybody.
it. You have to want it.
It's something you have to want, man. You have to
Yeah.
want to solve a problem. And you have to believe that you're the one who is sent to solve this problem. And you are literally able to do this better than most people. And you're okay with people not believing in you. And you're okay with not necessarily receiving the support you think you'll get from your friends or your family. As an entrepreneur, a lot of the best support you get is from a stranger.
It's not from your friends.
It's not from your friends or family.
Yeah.
It's gonna be somebody who you never saw coming.
Never. And not just and that includes customers, that includes investors. They are going to be people who you just are not going to be your friends and family. Marky, they will help, when they can, but most of the support will be from the outside.
And you can't expect them to believe in you if you don't believe in yourself. Anyway.
Yeah. You have to believe in yourself and you have to stay with it.
You have to believe in yourself so much so that you sound almost crazy. You're going to get. You have
to be like Kanye.
Everybody will accept. You can say Kanye, right. Well sound mad.
Yo, crazy.
You have Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
That man in a film can lose the rest.
None at all.
You understand?
And him can run down any boy, anyway.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have whole heap of, we can always use Michael Leaching. I'm sure people that say, look on a little man, I don't know what he might do. He might try to do some little insurance thing and he just stick to it. He just hold firm. You understand?
Look on crazy Michael.
Can you use some more?
Crazy Michael Jordan. People say mad.
Yeah, you watch a Netflix show.
Of course you watch that. Watch it last.
Yeah, so
you have to have that mentality.
Yeah, to me that's a big one.
Yeah.
So that's my 6. I don't know but that's my 6.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fine. We see similarities in what we're talking about here, guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed and understand what we're trying to bring across in this video. That this thing not easy, and this thing has to be something where you go through.
So let us run through.
Yeah, sure.
Year 6. Let's just try.
Yeah.
So what was number 1?
Number 1 was you never stop learning.
Yes,
so you never stop learning, right? So it's a continuous process. Number 2 was the customer was the first and foremost thing, right? Right. Number 3 was the importance of understanding record keeping and cash flow and also your expenses.
Time value of money.
Time value of money was the next one. Also, importance between leading versus managing.
True.
When to be a leader, when to be a manager. Selecting talent. That's crazy.
Big for me.
That's big for you. Yeah. Understanding that everybody's not made for certain jobs. And the last one was, and it tied back to what you said, Jane, what will go wrong, can go wrong, and also basically in the last verse, you have to be built.
We're built for this, People were built for this.
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Financial Fitness JA. I hope you loved what you heard, or if you never love it, tell us that you never love it and tell us how we open for constructive criticism.
Share it. People need to hear this stuff.
Share it, like it, subscribe it.
Subscribe,
my friends. Subscribe.
Because I have some really, really top-notch stuff coming.
More coming. And Jade, what do?
We do this.
We do this, my friend.
We do this.
All the time, my friend. All right, bye guys.